All right, what is going on today, chat? What is up? What is up? Potential. What's going on, brother? We are big vibing today. We got what do we got? What do we got on the docket? We have, well, hopefully, let me turn this down. I feel like I'm yelling. I gotta turn this music down a little bit. So we got Pokemon Yellow, continuation of Pokemon Yellow. We're about to kick Gary's behind. We have, we can talk about when more people want to talk about it as kind of the thing down below, for those on TikTok. My thoughts on PSA's recent price increase. I had a few days to think about it, and I genuinely think that it's a good thing. And I can explain that in just a bit, as well as going over a show that I had last Saturday. It was the first show of that event specifically. I had a fantastic time, and it was a really good turnout. I was not expecting it, but we have a lot to talk about, but we're just kind of chilling, vibing. Hopefully you guys are having a good Wednesday. For those of you who don't know me or those of you who are new, my name is Galaxy Gaming, and I'm just a vendor that likes to yap. You'll see that very, very quickly. I'm going to be showing off some cool shirts. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That's Eve, by the way. So what's going on? We're just going to be chilling, boys and girls. I don't even know where we're at. And if you stay here long enough, if I catch a new Pokemon, we're playing Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke, as it says down below. If you are chatting or follow or whatever, the next new Pokemon that I catch, I will name it after you. So we have RB, Bardian, Felix, Chud, Waste, and Potential. So Potential's in chat as well. We're still out here grinding, about to beat Gary. So let's get into it. So I think we got a pretty decent team. So we're just gonna get right after it. So welcome, guys. Got my cards. Thank gosh, Dom. Hopefully they came in good condition or satisfactory condition. I'm glad that the weird vacation trip that it took finally got to you. Like when we were kind of talking about that before, I was getting a little spooked. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, thanks again for the pickups, man. Yeah, we got another one coming up March 1st, I think. The first Sunday of March. So super stoked. I actually have some, I got some new stuff from a Saturday show for the collection that we can talk about as well. So some cool. Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm so glad that you got it. I'm so glad that you got it. But yeah, super fun show. It was the first show run by this event organizer. The show is going to be virtual, and that's going to be March 1st. Yo. I feel like having TCG cards, collectibles in a vendor name is so overused. Any new, fresh ideas? Oh, like instead of being Galaxy Gaming TCG or something like that. Well, I would say, yeah, I love Galaxy Gaming, but it got taken, so that's why I had to put TCG at the end. That's literally the only reason. But I just call myself Galaxy Gaming. And it rolls off the tongue too. But yeah, the show on March 1st is virtual, so same as last time. But I would say, Bardian, the one thing that you kind of have to keep in mind is discoverability, right? Like, you wanna, like, you can have, like, a core name, but I think having collectibles or cards or TCG at the end of your name, makes it easier for you to be discovered. Like, if some, like, average person is trying to research or, like, look up, those who deal in cards, those keywords actually help out a lot. But that's why I call myself Galaxy Gaming. I don't really call myself Galaxy Gaming TCG. But my website has that just as an example. Oh, nice. March 1st is the birthday. Sick. How much is the new pricing? When did that happen? How much is the new pricing? Like, what do you mean potential on, like, on my stuff or just stuff in general? It seems like people are getting back into 151. Oh, the pricing of PSA, duh. The thing that I literally have, like, literally right there. Yes, like, I cannot emphasize, like, how important SEO visibility is if you're going to have an online brand. Because, like, for example, like, I have more discoverability for being an online entity more so than the local shops around me, just because my SEO optimization is much better than theirs. Because theirs don't have TCG or collectibles in their name, but when people are looking for that stuff, that's why they don't get discovered, is because their SEOs aren't optimized. But yeah, so the PSA thing, I can go over that real quick if you guys want to. I don't know if you guys have heard it. At least I'll show it in just a second. Give me 1 second. You can kind of see some of the cards I got back there too. Starting to put stuff back in the online collection space. Yeah, so this was a new announcement about PSA. So a lot of their pricing and turnaround times have increased. I think twice within this year. But in a weird way, and I'll explain myself in a second. I think the overall population, the overall census is people are upset, which everyone has every right to be, including myself, because I think it is crazy that people have to wait like 95 business days. Like, even my own submission has been in assembly for almost a month. I think it's a good thing, to be honest. And the great example, so one of the things that I do through eBay is I like to search for, like, auctions that are ending that include PSA 10s. Just, you never know, like, if a good deal comes up or whatever. But every time, and I'm not kidding, every time that I do that now, I see stuff like this. So just as an example, so you see like it's constant. This is a very good sample of everything that I see for auctions ending that are PSA 10 contenders of recent certs. And like all this stuff, in my honest opinion, unless you're buying it for your own personal collection, but that argument quickly fades because this is on eBay, is all of this stuff is just like, who is getting this? Like, who is genuinely picking up an Ndidi Hollow from Shining Fates? Or like, who is getting a Rowlet PSA 10 or a Tropius PSA 10? All of these are just like, or here's another example that I found, literally just like scrolling down. Like we have, like this one kind of makes sense, like the tag teams, whatever. But like Japanese Pinsir Art Rare, Sylveon EX, like Japanese Umbreon VMAX. Like it just seems weird. Like, so all of this stuff that like no one really wants at face value is just like is flooding PSA. And so with this huge demand of literally grading everything, and GameStop really had a huge momentum on that kind of idea, PSA was slammed with demand. And so the best way, in my opinion, to halt a lot of these like lower end, like kind of junk wax or like junk slab submissions is by just increasing the price and increasing the turnaround. Because it's like the margins are so razor thin now to where it prevents folks from submitting these junk slabs and flooding the market with junk slabs. And the one thing that I personally think is going to be really good is that it's going to make PSA 9s, like for modern, there is a chance that it won't be if it's a 9, it's near mint price, which I genuinely, like, I kind of get where it came from originally. But now that the prices are more, it's going to allow you to have more of a, like, well, a 9 shouldn't be a near mint price for a modern card. And so if the prices go up, that is going to become more legitimate, which may make 9s actually worth more than just the raw counterpart, which is super nice. The Silent Sand Bender, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. So that's what I'm super excited about. And I'm super excited that you have to pre-grade your stuff much better, because 10s are, like, if you have a good contender that should 10, like, it's still worth submitting. But it's just, I think it's more of the junk wax, or the junk slab protection. And I also think it's in preparation for the 30th anniversary, because those promos, if you guys haven't seen them, are absolutely amazing, and they are going to be flooding through PSA, and I think that's a way to kind of do a calm before the storm. So that's why I genuinely think it's good, and it makes the floors for those silly mystery bags much better, because people like this can't fill it with junk slabs and make people even angrier for those who buy mystery slabs or mystery boxes and stuff like that that have slabs in them, where the floors are atrocious. So that's honestly why, in a real quick way, that's why I personally think that it's a good thing for the hobby, for PSA to kind of price increase, to kind of check a lot of the junk stuff being submitted. But I like, honestly, I have, like, I don't know if you guys can see it, that little yellow box right where the tip of my finger is. That's my submission that I've been submitting, like, that I've been sitting on, and I'm kind of getting, like I said, I was waiting for this first quarter to really wait on whether or not I want to submit. And it's starting to get to like March, and I am thinking about submitting because I feel like those have strong 10 contenders, and I think it will make 10s for modern have a little bit more value, which is kind of nice too, because of the increase. Let me catch up with chat real quick. You guys are the best, by the way. Shout out you. If you guys are enjoying yourselves, I see Wasteland. What up, homie? It's my favorite Pokemon guy. Hopefully your night's going well. It is. Hopefully you don't get KO'd by Gary in about 5 seconds, because we're about to fight Gary. So you better clutch up. You and Shud better clutch up. But yeah, that's my general take on the whole PSA thing. Junk Slab, my dream card is a Chinese Dynamax VMAX full art Vaporeon reverse all art golden border. Yeah, you know what I mean? Everyone has their favorite card, right? Would you submit through PSA directly or GameStop? I personally submit through PSA because I know how to do it, and I don't feel comfortable having other people handle my cards, especially for stuff that is like higher value, in my opinion. But I have only graded one card at a time, and I paid for the 10-day express turnaround. Honestly, in a weird way, Dom, I kind of do the same. Like, I don't submit like hundreds of cards at a time. I only submit stuff that I feel like has a genuine good 10 rate, and it's actually worth the ROI. Because one thing that I've been kind of factoring in more, especially with this recent price increase, because it's honestly going to make singles a little bit more palatable as well, because people are going to be holding back on submitting even more because of the price increase. So for you, those of you who buy at shows, there's actually going to be more chances of you finding PSA 10 contenders that otherwise you may have not found before, because as a vendor, more of your capital is going to be held up, especially if the prices have increased and the turnaround times have increased. So if you're a buyer, now is a really good time to actually hunt for PSA 10 contenders, because vendors may not want to hold that, put even more money into it and have that hold even longer. So food for thought. All right, Waste, you better not fail against Gary. All of you. I don't know if anyone else is here, but hopefully your Zone of Enders stream went well. And then once we beat Gary, I can show off some of the stuff I picked up on Saturday. Is he French? What am I missing? I don't know what I'm missing, but maybe. Brother, I'm afraid of what you're having me. Oh, bonjour. Oh yeah, Gary's out here trying. He hit up Duolingo once for 5 minutes and he thinks he's French. Brother, I'm really afraid of pronouncing words that I don't know what they are. I don't know if it's a naughty word or not. That's my genuine response. All right. So let's see. We're going to do a little Sonic. This better not one tap. Okay. It could have one tapped if it crit. So we're getting out there. Oh, it's your Discord name. I want to say it's Bokami. That'd be my guess. Currently playing Emerald, dude. I love Emerald. I have on my phone, I have the Emerald the remake. Holy. Hold the Veggies says, can you explain Nuzlocke to me, please? Absolutely, my friend. So it's a way to make the game harder. So the main rules is if I keep this Magnemite in and Raticate KOs it, I cannot revive it. It is gone forever. I also can't use healing items in battle. And any new route that I encounter, I only have one opportunity to catch the first Pokemon that I encounter, unless it's one that I've caught before. If I catch it, cool. I get to name it, and we kind of move on. But if I KO that Pokemon, I lose my opportunity to catch a new Pokemon in that route, and it kind of continues. So you got to be a little bit more strategic on switching. You got to be more strategic on like typing and stuff like that, and like dodging crits is a huge part of it. So it just makes the game a little bit more harder. Because I've played this game since I was a kid, so there's a lot that I know, stuff like that. So there's kind of that general rule of thumb. And so now, sounds good, Waste. Do you take very good videos, pics of your cards before submission? Because all the posts people have been showing of their cards being different. I think if you have cards that you are worried about, then yeah, for sure. But they do scan. They do the pre-scan as well, which is kind of nice. But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to take a picture of the front and back for stuff like that. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Did my explanation need more kind of watering down, Veggie? I just wanted to make sure that you were here when I explained it. But I can for sure. The emulator. God, why can't I think about it? It's the variant that, man, it's gonna bug me. It's literally on the tip of my tongue, and I don't know why I can't think of it. I want to say Kaizo, but it's not. All right. So let's take this Raticate, for example. If Raticate just obliterated Chud, right? Like if Raticate fainted Chud, I have to release Chud into the wild, meaning like I can no longer use Butterfree for the entire time I play this game. And so that is one of the... No, it's going to bug me, too. Potential. You might... Like, I'm blanking on the name, dude. You and I both have played this, like, this rendition of Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald, and I cannot remember what the end... Like, what the end part name is. It's going to bother me. I can't remember it. It was a really famous YouTuber in the space that made it, and I cannot remember. Yeah, so if I ran into a Butterfree, so let's say I go to, like, let's say I'm surfing, right? Like I just got to, let's say it's the Safari Zone, as an example. The first time in this playthrough, I go into the Safari Zone, and the first Pokemon that I run into is a Butterfree. Since I already have a Butterfree, I cannot capture that Butterfree. Whereas if I ran into a Scyther in the Safari Zone for the first time, I have the opportunity to catch a Scyther. But if you know it's the Safari Zone, if that Scyther runs away, I no longer can catch any Pokemon in the Safari Zone, period, because the entirety of the Safari Zone counts as one unique route, if that makes sense. That's probably the best way I can explain it. That dude with the good vibes. Yo, brother, hope you're having a blessed day, dude. I am, dude. We get to hang out, talk about Pokemon. What's not to love? Legacy. Oh my god, potential. Thank you. So they're called legacies, Dom. So this one's Yellow Legacy, the other one is Crystal Legacy, and then the other one is Emerald Legacy. I'm currently playing Emerald Legacy, and I keep getting whooped because that is super hard on Nuzlocke because I try to go back and beat all the gyms, including the rematches, which they totally... Like, those ROMs are really nice because they're all quality of life updates and not, like, randomized Pokemon or randomized moves. I personally don't like that method of playing. But yeah, super, super nice. But shout out you guys. You guys are the homies hanging out. Appreciate you guys all the time hanging out with me on a Wednesday. Certified Yapper. And this Weeping Bell. Guys, the real question is, when are we going to get an SIR Mega Victory Bell? I'm letting you guys know right now. The moment I see a SIR of Mega Victory Bell, I will deck out an entire binder of nothing but Mega Victory Bell. I love Victory Bell. Just picked up a Team Rocket Suicune a couple days ago. Just need the Entei. Dude, that's sick. Dude, I love Team Rocket. Dark types, Team Rocket types. Oh. But yeah, once I'm done beating Gary, this pathetic weasel, I'll show off some of the stuff that I picked up, including a Dark Tyranitar, which is dope. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good time hanging out with me tonight. If you guys are enjoying yourselves, make sure to like the live. Gotta throw in that shameless plug. Sandshrew. Come on, brother. Sounds good. Lurk mode engaged. Is all good. Sometimes it's kind of nice to lurk. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's kind of like you just need a nice little chiller. Just kind of hanging out in the background, just hearing someone yap, almost like a podcast kind of. Like not feeling like you're the only one in your house. Shout out to those who need to listen to music while you're in the shower. I don't know if you guys are like this, but I need to listen to something while I shower. Like when I shower without music, it feels weird, if I'm gonna be honest. It feels odd. I have to have something playing. And Felix almost got destroyed. Okay. So we are going to do we gotta do some cheeky plays here. Headbutt. Oh god. Okay. Hopefully do some good damage here. Not really. There's the crit. So, hold the veggies. Here's a really good example. So my Bardian, aka my Pidgeotto, just got the bad luck of getting crit because I needed him to at least survive one more turn. But now, since he's 0, when this battle ends, I have to release him into the wild because he is no longer suited for battle. And he's weak. He got headbutt. He got crit by an Eevee headbutt. He does not deserve to be on my team. So, chat, salutes to Bardian. Salutes to Pidgeotto. The weakling that got headbutted. The second loss of the run. First was our Nidorino by getting bitten by a Meowth. And now is the Pidgeotto getting headbutt by an Eevee. R.I.P. Pidgeotto. You will be missed. Not really. There's better flying types. Because I have a Spearow in the back. Alright. So now I have a few options. I think this isn't Deglaze, but I really want to keep this Vulpix Wasteland. I really need Vulpix. So it might be Chud. It might be Chud's time to see the afterlife. Because if we need something fast. Because Eevee is pretty fast right now. So we're gonna have to be a little cheeky, I think. Nice. Nice. At least we got the leech life. We're gonna cheese leech life, I think. Unless headbutt just goes absolutely sicko mode, which it did. All right, Waste. You need to go big here. You need to go big here. All right, that's not going big here. You almost got absolutely destroyed. Okay, so we need so right now, chat, we need a clean switch in. We need a clean switch in. Because I don't think that Waste is going to be fast enough to do a move. So the only thing that I can think of, well, that I need for Lieutenant Surge. This is, I think it actually might have to be, I think it might have to be Chud. And I'm not even gonna lie. It might have to be Chud, chat. Because I need the electric type. I need the ground type for Lieutenant Surge. I need the water type. I just need potential. I think it's Butterfree. Again, I'm going to this totally blind too, chat. Alright, R.I.P. Chud. Rest in peace, Chud. Alright, so now we need to just dig and hope for the best. Because Diglett is fast AF. Look at him. Double attacking. Chat, that was rough. That was rough. We lost 2 to Gary. We lost 2 to Gary. What a little nerd. So we lost 2 to Gary, chat. We lost Pidgeotto. We lost Barty and the Pidgeotto. And we lost Chud. Waste, I'm glad you're listening so you can't screenshot that. R.I.P. Chud. You almost perished too. You're close. Rubbing the captain's back. Getting that cut. Yes. Give me cut. I guess it's time. It's alright. I think, honestly, they're not, like, if I were to pick any of the ones to lose, and this is the copium talking, chat, those are not the worst ones to lose. Bye-bye, SSN. What are my rules on gift Pokemon like Eevee or Squirtle? As long as it's in, because I don't want to make it, like, totally boring. Like, as long as it's in the, like, so this town or the city would be considered a new location. So I would take it. I would take it. So now, hold the veggies. So we have to make sure that we pick the right. So it was Chud. So Bardian and Chud get to go to the Great Beyond. Release. Oh, I gotta deposit them. So Bardian. Bardian and Chud. Oh. Rip Chud, man. Chud was good. Once released, yes. Rest in peace, Chud, chat. R.I.P. Chud. Bye, Chud. Alright, now we have to release Bardian. Yep. Bye, Bardian. Alright. Now those losers are gone. Now this is the fun part where I can't remember what Pokemon are what. I know Pizza Rat is the Raticate. Which, Raticate, like, I feel like that's going to be the next kind of sacrifice, like, general sacrifice having the party. So he's coming with me. Got Pizza Rat. And then the other one is probably going to be, because Palatown, I think, is a Drowsy, if I remember. I can't remember what you are. Oh, Farfetch'd. You know, that's actually not that bad. That's actually not that bad. I genuinely couldn't remember what I had. But withdraw. Who is Blake? Okay, so we have Bellsprout, which is not bad. There is actually one that I kind of want in the party, and I think it's a Mankey. I think it's... Is it you? Oh, no, it's the Bulbasaur. Yes, Dom. Yeah, so to answer your question, Potential, so in Cerulean, I got the Bulbasaur. So really, losing Butterfree and Pidgeotto is not the end of the world. It's really not the end of the world. But I will have to evolve them. I think this one's the Mankey. So I really kind of want... I think I want Mankey. I think having fast hitters, I mean, obviously the Diglett is going to be the main of the run, for sure. But before we do that, let me know if you guys want to see the stuff I picked up on Saturday. And there's a few people that I'm waiting to hopefully come in, but if they don't, it's okay. But yeah, it was a cool little pickup. I was actually super surprised for some of the stuff that that ended up coming through to the table. Yes. Let's see, Dom. You know what, Dom? This is for you. So here's some of the stuff I picked up on Saturday, which is pretty cool. So here are the slabs that I picked up. So typically I don't pick up anything under 250, but there's a new strategy I'm going to try 2026. I think it's going to be enjoyable. So here we go, Dom. Ready? So we got PSA 10. It's going to be a little washed, so forgive me, but I'm kind of too lazy to change the lighting. So we have Umbreon VMAX PSA 10. Nice little pickup there. So this was the Dark Tyranitar that I was talking about. Dark Tyranitar PSA 9, first edition. Love that artwork. Love the dark stuff. Next we had the Sylveon EX from Prismatic as a PSA 10. Then we have the Greninja EX as a PSA 10. Some nice Sword and Shield besides the Prismatic. Then we have the Eevee Snorlax GX promo PSA 10 tag team. Next we had the Blaziken VMAX, another big chase from Chilling Reign as a PSA 10. And then you can't go wrong with a little bit of Garchomp Cynthia action. So Garchomp V as a PSA 10. Yeah, it's the this one's the second time I've had this. Not this card, not this one specifically. Yes, dude, I love this. Shout out, man, I always forget his name. I'll tell you exactly who I got this from to give proper shout outs. Shout out to Gengar Ganji. Gengar Ganji Games. He actually helped me out a lot at the Saturday show when I had to go to the bathroom. So he hooked me up with this Dark Tyranitar. And then some of the ungraded stuff. So we got a nice little range here. So the stuff that's kind of like under 30 was I love the Galarian Gallery stuff. So the Deoxys, I know it's kind of washed, so forgive me. The Team Plasma Reverse Tina. That was pretty dope. Then always love the e-readers, especially from Gen 3. Reverse Zangoose. Love the Meowth. The Meowth looking over a Cerulean. If you guys didn't know, that's the city is supposed to be Cerulean. And it's nice little Lugia EX, another Team Plasma. And then for the other stuff is the Venusaur EX, the Umbreon, the Moon Kitty himself. That was a very, very clean pickup. So pick that up. The Team Rocket's Mewtwo. Nice little guy right there. I've set free this guy from a PSA slab. Then the Mega Charizard. The Lily's Clefairy. Flareon V. Another Espeon. I traded this one and picked up one at the same show. And then got the Eevee EX from Prismatic. Another Deoxys VMAX. And then a base set Blastoise. So nice little lot. Nice little spread, if you will. So I was super happy about that. But yeah. Yeah, it was a nice little cool pickups. Because my big thing this year is trying to consolidate more into slabs and whatnot. And hopefully with all the price increases, it'll make wider slabs a little bit better. My pick, I think, because I guess it will really depend on how long I keep the Magnemite for. Because you can, like, I think there is a chance that I would want the Dratini from Safari Zone. Like, versus, like, passing up on a Jolteon. I think for me, having a electric type that is super fast and has stab electric for Lance, with his Dragonites and his Gyarados, and him primarily having a flying type team, I think is a really good Elite Four pick for Lance specifically. So that's what I'm picking when I go to Celadon, is grabbing the Eevee to evolve it into Jolteon. Unless I can keep the Magneton, then there might be a different discussion. But Jolteon, its speed, and being electric type, and its coverage because it can learn Double Kick and Pin Needle and all that, is also kind of nice. It just like has like really good coverage for a lot of different types. So right now, chat, I'm just gonna be leveling up this Mankey here real quick. We gotta level up the Monkey Man. Yeah, I was super stoked. And I'm still trying to figure out the best way, going back to your comment that you made before, Dom, about the Tina. I'm trying to still think of a way to make it easy to offer that range. My Mankey almost perished. To allow that range to be available on March. In a way that makes it easier for me versus making individual listings for stuff like that in that range, if that makes sense. So I'm still trying to work out the kinks. I don't know if I'll have it ready by March 1st, but I'm more than happy if you want to hit me up. I can certainly, we certainly can make it work, without a doubt. And my silly little brain keeps thinking Pidgey's normal type over Pidgey's super effectiveness against Mankey with a flying type. So that was cool. I almost forgot about that. Fake fan, by the way, chat. I'm a fake fan. A lick-a-tongue. One of the nice things about Yellow Legacy is a lot of the quality of life introduce a lot more Pokemon that you typically wouldn't see. Gotta go, my friend. Sounds good, Dom. Appreciate you hanging out, brother. Appreciate it. Nice little 18 action. Oh, man. Hopefully you guys have been surviving this cold, man. Depending on where you're at. Because that has been... It's been pretty nuts, to be honest. Those of you who are wondering, we're just doing a little bit of leveling up action with the Mankey. About to go into Lieutenant Surge. We lost a Pidgeotto and a Butterfree so far. And so far, not very good. So we got to get a new team here. Almost made the same mistake again, chat. I cannot go after Pidgeys with this Mankey. Because I always just think of the normal type. There we go. man. Could have had the Abra. Could have had the Abra. Yeah, so I'm thinking after... If we ever get around to beating yellow, I think what I'd like to do is go back. Yeah, man. That was a Lickitung in the wild. Because I want to go back and, like, play some games that I used to, like, super be into back in the day. Like, Fear was one. I know a really big one that I was super into, and watching Wasteland play them so many times is definitely Armored Core, one of my favorite games of all time. Armored Core 4 Answer, specifically. I lost track of how many hours I played that game. That was a super fun game. I think we talked about it last time, but Siphon Filter, a lot of like PS1, PS2 games. That was primarily the one console I grew up with was PS1, PS2. Then Xbox was pretty much just when the birth of like online play came on. Like I was really into like Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3. But that was more like 360, but like Battlefield I was super into. But playing Halo 2 would be really fun with a certain streamer that I did Halo 1 with. But we still need to play Halo 2. That day will come. That day will come. Man, I'm getting too risky with these speed boosts. The Magic Man. The Magic Man is here. Don't worry, I'm not gonna say your government name like Sabers does. It is funny that he now knows who we are. Magic Man. And I also see, I've also been seeing the other magician popping up on my feed now. The other one that was at the con that we went to. The one with like the Renaissance-y outfit. He's been popping up on my feed recently. Chud, you perished, man. You got slapped around by Gary Oak himself. I'm sorry. It was an Eevee headbutt. It was you and my Pidgeotto. It had to be done. Brother, why did you lose to Eevee headbutting you? You buckled knowing that Eevee is probably going to be a Vaporeon. You have buckled. I think that's really why you got headbutted by the Eevee. Seems like you... Chud. It was not user error, okay? It was that you needed to make the sacrifice. If it wasn't for you... If it wasn't for me letting you go on the floating door off the Titanic, the entire team would have been wiped. So really, if you wanted to, Chud, I'm going to give you a proposition. Because Waste is lurking and she doesn't have a chance to defend herself. So I'm giving you this opportunity. Had it not been for you giving a free switch-in to Diglett, Waste, aka Vulpix, would have fainted. So really, if it wasn't for you, oh great, Green Shud, Butterfree, White Knight, Wasteland would have been out of the box. She would have been out of the PC, off into the wild. So use that information with what you will, Chud. But yeah, Magic Man. I saw his one video is actually I don't know how long ago he posted it, but one of them has like 10 mil of him with the showing off the animal that he drew. We're going to that one. I'm Waste's White Knight. I know. Now, Chud, were you the victim of that random dude from when you guys played League? Was that you that one random comment was about? If so, it's League never changes, man. That's why I played it once and I played it never again. And it's like, oh, I made the right choice. Old games I used to jam with are Halo and GameCube games. Oh yeah, that's when we talked about the GameCube. We went down the GameCube rabbit hole. I remember now because we were talking about Time Splitter 2, which is one of my absolute favorite games as well. We're talking about Pokemon Stadium. Dude, I miss the Xbox 360. Like the Xbox 360 era of gaming, you cannot change my mind that was like that era was the pinnacle S tier of online gaming. Cuz like the one I forgot who I was talking with. There was a valid argument that someone made that like you know like how people say like, oh, a new game comes out, but then another game comes out like maybe a month later, and then the game you're playing before like isn't as popular. People are so quick to say, oh, that game's dead, where it's not dead, it's just that they want to play that other game. Because I remember when 360 was around, you had things like Modern Warfare 2, you had Halo 3, you had Gears of War. I would go on rotation of those games, or Battlefield even, Bad Company. I would go on rotation to be like, okay, like I love Halo 3, but I kind of want to shift to the gameplay of Gears of War. I played Gears of War. Okay, I kind of want to play a little bit of Modern Warfare 2. Okay, now I kind of want to go into Battlefield. And it kind of did this loop. So it wasn't like any one particular game was dead per se, but it was just like all the games were just so good that you didn't mind rotating through them and like enjoying all of them. But it's like now people are so quick to say like, oh, the game's dead because you're not playing it. Another one, Armored Core. I used to play Armored Core 4 Answer competitively all the time. It used to be so much fun. Blades only. But then I'd hop on something else. It was so sick. Chud's your White Knight, by the way, Waste. If it wasn't for Chud, Vulpix would be KO'd. And that's no cap. No cappuccino. That ain't even a joke. You'd have been kicked out 10, 15 minutes ago if it wasn't for Chud. Chud, I'll protect you. I'll protect you against the cyberbully that is Waste. I got you. Even though I'm an old man that can't stay up past 10 o'clock. You guys keep me around. I like how you say I'm better without saying I'm better. Barrett. Vanquish. That sounds familiar. What is Vanquish potential? That sounds very familiar. My glorious king. You know what, Chud? I give you 10. I give you 10 good boy points. Use those sparingly. I don't give those out often. My Zion case arrived. Ooh, nice. Show is less than 2 weeks. Dude, you're going to have to send some pictures of your setup in the Discord, man. I'd love to see it. I was actually helping out some so at the Saturday show, there were some kids that it was like a group of 3 kids. They're all friends with each other. That was like one of their first shows. And they were asking me a bunch of like things, like they're kind of seeing how my setup was. Actually, a lot of people were trying to like, because we both had our tables next to each other and our binders were like basically overlapping because there really wasn't a lot of space. And a lot of their people that are picking out their cards, people kept trying to bring them to me and try to buy them thinking that they were mine. So I had to tell them a lot. Glaxet, are you going to call me a good boy? I only do that when you have 50 good boy credits. And right now you only have 10. So 40 more good boy tokens and I will call you a good boy. Right now you are misunderstood on the Garfield scale. Just all of it, man. It'd be cool. Like I think that's one thing that is also good to do for social media for your brand is to take a picture of your entire setup. Yeah, Waste. You know what, Chud? I give you 5 more good boy points. 5 more good boy points because Waste told you to shush. Waste, if it wasn't for Chud, you'd have been kicked out. Glad. Have you seen my setup? Your PC setup? I feel like I have. Not, if it was updated, I haven't. Mine is I should show, but like, I mean, I feel like I have. I feel like you guys have seen my room at this point. But no, I always love seeing setup. Maybe that's one thing. Chat, hear me out. Here, come here. We're gonna take a break. Chat, hear me out. Is a good idea for collectors to like show off what you like collecting and review it on stream. Thoughts? I think that'd be kind of cool. Like whatever you're into collecting wise, whether it's Pokemon or non-Pokemon, I think it's really cool to see what people nerd out to. Often at shows, I really like people say like, "Oh, I'm collecting this thing. Do you want to see?" I love seeing new stuff, like or things that people are genuinely love to collect. I haven't seen yours. Ooh, Waste. I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if you can see this. Ready? Did I show you my hold on. Did I show you my Ray signature? Did I show you that one? It was that one right there. From Evangelion. Did I show you that? Signed by the English voice actor? Holy. Yes. That would be cool though. Dude, I love if you guys can show your Gundams and stuff. Oh, another thing, Waste. Chud, you know what, Chud? You get another 5. No, I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10 good boy points. So right now you're at 25. You're halfway there. If you also know, Waste, the thing I asked Chud last stream was for when I show a card, like when I'm taking pictures of a card, what I would really like to do is if there's like a Gundam, like I think Chud and I found out that they're like hanger dioramas. So like, you put your Gundam in like this hanger like backdrop to like take pictures of, so it like looks like it's in a hanger. I really want one with like LEDs or like cool stuff to like put slabs in, to like put cards in, so when I take a picture of them, the backdrop is like cyberpunk, mech, tech stuff. So that's if you also have suggestions, and I know I just read that you said that messed up too. But I love, yes, Gundam stuff, like anything like nerdy, I love. There's a lot more stuff even in this room that I have. Keith, what is up, my brother man Bill? We're just gaming, dude. So the short version, Waste, is if you know of any, I do have a collections channel in the Discord. Yes, it's not just for Pokemon. It could be anything collecting related. YouTube is functioning tonight. At least I think it is. I see you on the multi-stream. But yes. But yeah, I love nerding out at collections. So chatting and focus. Waste asked me, what am I talking about with Gundams? What I'm talking about is like where you put your Gundam. Some like dioramas are like that of a hangar, so that it looks like the hangar, like it's being built inside the hangar or whatever, for like picture or aesthetic or propping or whatever. I want a diorama that looks like a hangar or mech or cyberpunk related, so that I can put cards in to take pictures of the card with that cool backdrop. Because my brand is very like mech, cyberpunk, Toonami inspired. So I think if I were to take pictures of cards, I would like that to be like more of a backdrop for photos to put cards in, because it's on brand with like kind of my aesthetic. Because I saw a bunch on TikTok Shop that were more geared towards like race cars, like almost like Hot Wheel size stuff that looked really cool. And I was like, I wonder if they have those for like Gundams. Or, and I started seeing them, and Chud pointed me in the right direction. But I want like a nice, like there's really ones that I want that if they have LEDs in them to like give good lighting. But that would be sick. But that'd be dope. But and ooh, Waste. I don't know if you're still lurking in Chud 2. You know what, Chud? I'll give you another 5 good boy points for being here. So you're at 30 now. Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's like easy and like not too like I don't need to like solder anything. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too, Chud. I was literally about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. You get 5 more good boy points. So right now you're at 40 good boy points. All right, I got to go to bed. Early morning tomorrow, and it's going to be a long one. Well, potential. Thanks for tuning in, man. Your stuff is still safe. Just as we're like, you know what? Let's just show you. The stuff is still safe. It's not going anywhere. It has your name all over it, so there's no pressure. But my favorite card that you're picking up soon. Holy, that Suicune looks sexy AF, boy. Holy. Nice little swirl there, too. But oh, they're staring at me, man. I look at them like probably like every day. I probably look at them. But yes, so Chud and Waste. We were just going over this, but hey, look at this. Ready? I feel like I like to show you guys cards because I think I get cooler reactions out of you guys sometimes than people who are in the hobby. So let's see. Ready? Look at this. If you guys have ever seen, this is the nickname, the Moonbryon. Like M-O-O-N Bryon. So it's Umbreon, but it is one of the coolest artworks from Sword and Shield. So if you guys have ever seen that, look at that, chat. Holy! Umbreon VMAX gripping the moon. Some say it's inspired by Starry Night by the Ghoster. Look at that, chat. Holy. Or, look at this one. This one looks like Bad Boy Chud. This is Bad Boy Chud with Giovanni and the Mewtwo. Reppin'. This is when Waste and Chud go into duos. Yup. Hey, Waste took the idea right out of my mouth. But yeah, the Umbreon reaching for the moon. That's a good one. You know what? This is you. This is actually you and Chud. Yeah, that's you and Chud right there. There's me or the TikTok stream. So that's what I'm saying. This is Waste. That's Waste saying, "Oh, Chud, good job, Chud. You're doing such a good job, Chud. Thank you for carrying me in Fortnite and getting me to Diamond." The bait, chat. You know what, Chud? I'll give you 5 more good boy points for carrying Waste in Fortnite. Yep. You're 5 more away. Yeah, let me know if TikTok is laggy too bad. Hopefully not. But you know what happens, guys, when you speed the game too fast and you're not paying attention? You lose probably one of the best fighting types in Pokemon Yellow. That's what happens. When you're not paying attention and you're giving Chud too many good boy points, you lose your Mankey to a Lickitung. pro tip, by the way. Well. Oh, okay. My guess is that it's because I am also doing another stream, because I can't say the other one because TikTok bots have me on crosshairs. I'm also doing horizontal and vertical on that side as well. So maybe it's because of the 3 different channel splits that it might be causing issues on the TikTok side. I wonder, that might be a good guess. I am on the Y word, both on the horizontal and the vertical. And by the way, that is the dumbest thing that we have to do, chat. That we have to be so cryptic for the dumbest reason. But Site, it was not meant to be. You got KO'd by a lick-a-tongue. Yeah, it seems like the red side, the red app, is doing better according to some folks over there too. A little bit better, a little bit more palatable. All right, bye, Site. You got KO'd by a lick-a-tongue. Sweet, dude. Thanks. All right, now we have to figure out who any of these guys are. Definitely not you. Probably going to be... Yeah, it's gonna have to be you, Palatown. But we're at least going to get... we have to teach cut to someone. Eradicate, learn cut. Let's see. Let's see if Eradicate can learn cut. Oh, there we go. You know what? Easy. The mole can learn cut. Not the level, I feel like, after. All right, Felix. Let's get after this, brother. Let's just get this over with. Let's just rock them. Nice. I've arrived. Thank you, Chud. The Chudster. Yeah, makes it a little bit easier over here. All right. Give me my voucher. All right. Yeah, this one might be a little bit rough, chat. But we got the Eradicate. I think the Eradicate we might lead. I don't know. Because Pizza Rat is poised to be sacrificed on a dime. So we'll see. Man, I'm not going to lie, chat. I'm going to be a little bit salty for a little bit for losing that Mankey and just speed running it. All right. Oh, nice. Voltorb just used self-destruct. Thank God I used dig. That would have sucked. I guess that's a cool move for you to use. It's just like, I hate self-destruct. Alright. So we have Diglett ready to go. We got to get Waste. You know what, Chud? That's actually a fair point. That's actually a fair point. Chud's Grip from the Grave brought Site, aka Mankey, down with it. So you know what? That is that's actually pretty valid. So we're gonna get Vulpix, aka Waste, up to 24, which is the max level we can get everyone at, because I think we are at the maximum level. We're at the maximum level cap currently at 24. At least I believe so. I think we should be there. Let me just double check. Stop. Switch. Alright, we're gonna not lose to another Lickitung again. Alright, so did you... Let me make sure. Yep. Okay, so we're at max level for Diglett. And now we have to just level up some more. So next we're going to do Waste. It is nice that Waste knows Confuse. So we'll have to kind of keep that in the back pocket just in case. Rats galore. Boom. So we got to get up to 24, chat. 24, and we are ready to rock. RB, what's going on, man? How's life? Big chillin'. Chillin', man. We've already lost 3 Pokemon so far. We lost 2 to Gary and 1 for me yapping too much, so. Sounds good, Waste. Appreciate you hanging out. I'm sure I will see you in the next hour or so. If you're still playing Zone. We're gonna bring some Pizza Rat action in here. Yeah, I can actually... I know you're one of the few who actually went to the show. That's in stream. I can show you some of the stuff I picked up. You know what, Chud? For that, you get your 5th good boy token. So now you're at 50. Good boy, Chud. You're a good boy. Yeah, I can show you what I picked up. So here's some of the stuff that I picked up at the show, just as a recap for those who are seen this before. The light might be a little bit aggressive, but you kind of get the idea, get the gist. So picked up a PSA 10 Garchomp V. Picked up a Blaziken VMAX PSA 10. A Eevee Snorlax PSA 10. Little promo action. Greninja EX PSA 10. The Sylveon EX from Prismatic PSA 10. Umbreon VMAX PSA 10. And then probably my favorite of the ones, because I'm a vintage man, is the First Ed Dark Tyranitar PSA 9. So that was the graded stuff. And then for the non-graded stuff, kind of spam through these a little bit. So we got the Lilies, got the nice little Umbreon VMAX, the Mewtwo, the Venusaur, Charizard, Mew EX, Flareon, the Espeon, the Eevee, Blastoise from base, and then just some under 25 stuff. Got the Zangoose. I really like this Tina from Plasma. It's pretty cool. You got more gunk on the Groudon for being called a good boy. That's not good. PSA 0 now. Yeah, I was super happy that that we, I guess more me than anything. I was pleasantly wrong with the turnout. I thought more people were not going to know about the event due to the location change. But I'm also glad. I also heard that more people came from out of town. That were not from the area specifically, which was really nice. And it kind of made sense too, because like in the Vermont area, like there's so many areas of Vermont, but not a lot that congregate. Because I heard a lot through that entire show that the show that runs in the mall doesn't have a lot of Pokemon people there. So that people are kind of like caught with like what to do with their stuff. And that show in particular was a good kind of middle point for folks to come and attend. At least that's kind of the working theory, at least, which was actually really cool. So actually, I signed up for the March one, so that's March 14th. So excited about that. One that I know that I want to try to get is the three like the friend group to the left of me. It was so funny. They kept coming over to my booth like probably like once an hour. I don't know if they came over to you guys too. They kept coming over and like asking me on like what my price or my offer would be for like random cards. And they probably came over with like 10 different cards, and I kept giving them prices, and all 10 they're like, okay, thanks, and then they like never like wanted to do anything with that at all. It was like whatever, right? Like people are more than open to like shopping a card around, but I thought it was interesting. Yeah, dude. It was nice. It was nice that everyone had a chance to kind of get a wide range of buyers and stuff. It was not the guy with the XY promos. I will say, for me, they were a little bit loved compared to what they were being said as the assessed condition. And I really didn't want them because of that. But I don't think you guys picked them up. I think they went over to the other side. But that kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And that's why it's just so important that you have to always just check people's conditions. Like, people mean well, and it's not like any shade to anyone, but you just have to do your due diligence in the hobby. Like, you really have to check your stuff. Pizza Rat learns dig? Oh, dude, this guy's totally coming, for sure. Coming to the fight. Before Chud corrects me on that last comment. Set the collection in your server. Ooh, nice, Chud. Yeah. I saw, like, when I saw the big nail dent on the back of the Pikachu EX, I was like, I feel like this conversation is going to go downhill quick. But I don't know. I don't like, again, it's not throwing shade, but it's always one of those things where you should always, like, it was a good learning or like training exercise to kind of keep you on your toes and always kind of look at stuff. I want to. I feel like I never get off focus energy, but. Thought you were a hot babe. Man, why can't I be a hot babe? But you thought I was, implying that I'm not a hot babe? Sorry, man. Sorry my anime mascot fooled you. I catfished you. That's awesome, man. But hey, if you still have the Umbreon EX, still have that Umbreon EX, I'd love to haggle my way through it. But yes, I was happy for sure. What are your thoughts on Digimon? Dude, I love Digimon. Digimon was I used to have like the OG binder stuff, like the OG trading card. I have no idea where they went, but they were sick. I used to play the PS1 game of Digimon, but that was probably the extent of it. I never got into the reboot of Digimon that like happened like within the last 5 years. But dang, that makes sense, RB. It makes sense. Just making me jealous. I see how it is. Yeah, I love that card. I say it often. I love those that era of EXs with like the hard like the stroke line, like the bold outline of stuff. I heard that, Judd. Like I heard that actually. That was pretty good. I'll have to give it a gander. I will have to give it a gander. I feel like just letting it ride and go after Lieutenant Surge, to be quite honest with you. But I feel like I can't. I have to do my due diligence, chat. I have to have a good team going into Lieutenant Surge. But now knowing that Pizza Rat can learn Dig is pretty good. Yeah, I'll actually be hopefully I'll have my submission from PSA back by the time the new. It was only 3 cards, but they're pretty cool. There was a Starmie V, which is my favorite one, the one with Misty. It was a Glaceon V from Evolving Skies, and then it was the Yukonaba Umbreon that they're just still chilling in assembly. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And right, would that be your first time like actually having your own table then? Because I know like in the past you've kind of walked around, but would that be technically your first time like having your own table and your own setup? Because I'm all for it, man. I love that. I really do love that there are going to be. Oh, okay. I love that there's going to be more events in our area. I really do. I think the opportunity is there, and for those who want to explore it, but I still think, I think we talked about it at the last show. I think that the next step for this show, if it continues to kind of carry good momentum, especially for the first 3 shows, is to get a different space. Because like although this space is good as like an entry level space, it is a little bit odd at the end of the day that it's in a warehouse. And I think like parking, based on what they said, which they're going to correct, which is kind of nice, but I don't know how they're going to correct it. but it would be nice to have it in a different location and not just kind of like in a warehouse. And honestly, like, I'd be kind of surprised that they wouldn't like the field house, but then also like a lot of the, like, I don't know how much vacant space there is left in the mall. That would be good too. Or even like a conference room in like one of the nearby hotels. Like that would be easy too. Ample parking, ease of access, stuff like that. That really wouldn't be that bad either. But again, it's all kind of like a learning experience for them and trying to get their feet wet, and I think once they kind of go through cadence and continue to get feedback from folks, I think it's only a matter of time until that becomes the legit answer. But man, this drowsy is gonna take forever to level up. Absolutely take forever. Oh. But all right, chat. It is my time. Chat, I appreciate you guys. We're gonna continue leveling up off stream, just to not bore you guys too much, but appreciate it as always. Overall, made my comments about PSA price increase. I think it's good. No more junk slabs. I think it's a good thing. We lost 3 Pokemon today. We lost Chud, the Butterfree, what is it, Bardian, the Pidgeotto, and C-Tay, the Mankey, because I was yapping too much. Gonna go after Lieutenant Surge. Saturday show was good. Going to be updating the merch in the store soon, so keep an eye out for that. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. All the likes, subs, all that fun stuff. Appreciate you as always. And the next time I'll be on stream will be next Wednesday. So appreciate you guys very much. That's all I have to say. Awkward silence. Peace.